Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're over on the test account and we have the brand new hero. That is right, the Hypo hero. Kalthin is up. Let's run through these skills and abilities, see exactly what he is about. Now it's funny that so many players said, he looked just like a Dr. Octopus. If you're familiar with DC, Doc Ock, of course, fought Spider-Man, but overall, it's kind of what he looks like. Now he is a warrior, so that is pretty interesting that they made him a warrior. A lot of players, again, were going between the warrior or the ranger that we thought he was going to be, and he is continuous damage. So again, pretty interesting to see. Let's run through these skills and abilities and see what he is all about. No escape. Kalthin extends 3 doom brushes, so I guess they're calling them brushes, damaging up to 3 enemies, targeting the enemy hero furthest away from him and dealing damage equal to 320% of the attack rating while imprinting the enemies with Martyr's engraving for 6 seconds. We're going to have to see exactly what that is. This effect reduces the target's buffer by 30 points. Kalthin then puts the target closer to him and stuns them. So he has a crowd control in there. So he has a reduction of the target's buffer. Little bit concerned with that because if a target doesn't have buffer, then that really doesn't make a difference. The stun, of course, is in there. For every Doom Brush extended when no escape is used, he gains 12 points of erosion and 20% damage reduction. So there is the survivability for him. Minimum number of Doom Brushes from no escape is increased to 4. At the start of battle, he gains 500 energy. So they're giving him 50% of his ultimate ability right off of the bat. This is going to be interesting to see exactly how this looks. So if you have 4 Doom Brushes, it's going to be doing some damage, but we don't know exactly where it's going to scale with the damage. So that is a pretty interesting skill. Now the Vicious Crush. Now this is a passive ability. Normal attacks can knock enemies back. Each normal attack hit permanently steals 2 points of the enemy's attack speed. That's pretty good. In this way, Kalthin can gain up to 30 points of attack speed, and enemies can lose up to 50 points of attack speed, which again could be pretty big when it comes to PvP. Then it goes stealing 3, gaining up to 60. There is no limit on the attack speed that the enemy can lose, so it is going to cap his attack speed, but it is not going to cap exactly how much the enemy can lose. So again, I'm thinking Treasure Scramble PvP aspect, that is going to be pretty big. Looking at the Frenzied Stains, he waves his Doom Brush, which I'm assuming is his arms, dealing 6 strikes of damage equal to 100% of the attack rating to enemies within range and knocking back nearby enemies. So this is going to be an AoE effect, doing a lot more damage if you have more targets. Each strike also restores 5% of his lost health. The skill speed is not affected by haste. That kind of stinks. But the number of strikes increases based on the amount of attack speed Kalthin has seized with Victorious Crush, up to a maximum of 9 strikes. So essentially, this one is going to give additional speed, which can be used for the Frenzied Stains. Pretty interesting. So he gains 85% of damage reduction during the skill. That again is a massive damage reduction. Every 4 strikes, the skill inflicts extra health loss to 200% of the attack rating. Then every 3 strikes, it inflicts 240% of the attack rating. So if he can get up to 9 strikes with this, every 3rd strike is going to do a lot more damage. That could be very detrimental for the enemy that you're fighting. And the final one, the Agony Legacy. And again, another passive. For every instance of health loss, he permanently increases the attack rating by 3% and the attack speed by 2, stacking up to 10 times. That's a big attack rating buff. When a target enemy is too far away, Kalthin leaps with his Doom Brush and rapidly approaches them. Upon landing, he deals damage. So he deals damage kind of like Panda Dumpty when he drops in. For every instance of health loss, his attack rating goes to 5%, attack speed by 2. He is immune to control while leaping. Upon landing, he deals damage to nearby enemies, knocking them in the air. So that is going to be crowd control. For every instance of health loss, he permanently gains 8 attack rating. Gonna have to have the 60 engraving on there, guys. Permanently increases attack rating by 8% and attack speed by 4 points. That is massive when you think of a hero being able to literally buff themselves. Now, of course, this doesn't include anyone else that is on his team. And I might almost think at this point, it might be like a resurgence of Matria with a hero like this that has the ability to kind of dominate. And then, of course, picking up the SP effect that Matria has. This could be interesting to see exactly how this build is going to look. And he looks cool, guys. I love the build on him. All right, so let's check out the signature item. So Martyr's Engraving. So Gory Splash. The damage from each strike of Frenzied Stain is increased to 120% of the attack rating. And we know with that plus 60 engraving, or even just that 4 skill, the attack rating, he is going to be able to buff himself. So that could be very huge. The damage from each strike increased to 150. Maximum number of strikes, Frenzied Stains increased to 12. Now remember, if you're engraving him, every third strike is going to go ahead and do more damage. Now, if he's doing 12, he has 1 extra powerful attack. When the Stains imposed another Martyr's Engraving on the target, maximum number of strikes from the Frenzied Stain is increased to 15. He is immune to control during the duration. 15 strikes with that ability, guys. That is kind of crazy because, again, every third one is going to do that additional damage. That seems pretty powerful. Let's check him out in... Oh, I want to check out the furniture. Let's look at the furniture and see exactly what this does. So for the duration of Martyr's Engraving, if a target has changed position within the last 1 second, they will suffer health equal to 300% of the attack rating. Again, he is buffing his own attack rating. Farther the distance traveled, the greater the health loss, up to the max 360% of the attack rating. If an enemy's health percent is lower than 15% when Martyr's Engraving ends, the enemy will be butchered. Wow, it is going to be a Nara style just kill them. The health reduction from Butcher cannot exceed 800% of the attack rating. Every time Kalthin slays an enemy hero, his attack rating is permanently increased by 20%, stacking up to 4 times. Jeez, this is a really stacked hero. It looks like, and again, on paper, it can look a lot different than we see him actually in play, but that is kind of crazy. So he has buffs and attack speed, buffs and attack speed, buffs and attack speed between everything that he is doing in there. Let's see what this hero does. That it seems kind of insane, guys. All right, so there's pulls everyone in. There's the jump and the leap, knock in the air with the crowd control. I'm wondering if he only pulls one way. I don't think here we're going to get enough targets to be able to see that. But he is pretty cool. And again, we're going to have to see exactly how the damage reduction works, how he is built, the viability of him, because he is going to be, I know, warrior, but just straight face tanking everybody because he's pulling them all together. And all together, enemies are just going to attack him. Let's see what it looks like up here. And I want to try to see his damage. I'm wondering, we've done this before. I'm going to try just him first, seeing if we can get him. And again, where's the utility? And look, he pulls in everybody. So he did pull in everyone. Let's add one more hero in there. Let's go with, it didn't even give us another hypo. Let's go with the SP effect of the awakened version of Kalthin. And again, just kind of thinking, shielding aspect, boom, pulls everyone in. So it's almost like a 5 pull. So that is pretty interesting. Look at that, 9.23 million. Wow. Yeah, so again, I'm a little concerned again with the survivability that we're going to see with this hero. Let's try 1 or 2 other formations. We know he's not going to survive by himself. Let's go ahead and throw. Again, they kind of gave us a bad lineup in here. Let's put Peanut in here. Peanut's going to give him, of course, some mitigation. Is what I'm hoping. Yeah, it just burns everyone down. As long as you can keep them alive, it seems like we are going to just burn it down. 11.71 million. Wow. Yeah, and again, if he's buffing himself too, is the extension. So if you're running through like the Curse Realm where you have a battle that is a full minute 30, if he can get that attack speed, if he can get all those buffs up and then maintain those buffs for the entire fight, that is going to be huge when it comes to the amount of damage this hero is going to go ahead and put up. But all right, guys, that is going to do it for today's hero. Kalthin, the Purgatory Painter, very cool to see. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.